Okay, Scorpio. So as far as your hopes, fears, expectations, we have the Two of the Swords, except it is in the reverse. So when the Two of Swords comes in reverse, I feel like you're either making up your mind about coming to a decision in regards to a relationship, or you're feeling totally overwhelmed. And because of that, it's becoming a challenging situation to make this decision in regards to a relationship. For some of you, you're feeling pretty emotional in love. When the Two of Swords is in the reverse, this is all about, you know, having a hard time seeing clearly, having a hard time viewing the relationship rationally. I feel like a lot of you, or some of you, are feeling torn in two different directions. You obviously have two swords going in two different directions. So maybe you have two sides or two people that you're dealing with. You have you are torn between two loyalties or two different lovers, or maybe you're dating and you're torn between two situations. The other thing is you're really trying to come to the realization about somebody or someone. You're trying to understand the truth of the situation. However, when it is a reverse, in the reverse, there is a sense of there's no way that you can get away from the facts. Like, the reality of what you have been going through is coming to the surface. It may be painful to discover that this whole situation has been a lie or not really what you believed it to be, but I do feel a lot of you are going to be kind of seeing things in a new light, or seeing so-called friends or relationships in a new light. And it may be shocking to discover, but however, once the truth is in the open, you're not going to have to pretend anymore. You're now going to be free to move on with your life. And, you know, I mean, Scorpio, I know that, you know, at times it probably gets a little overwhelming always having your emotions kind of intense. But this does allude to having emotions in turmoil. And I feel like that is what is affecting you and making it more difficult to make a decision that you know you have to make. But maybe it just feels impossible. There's also kind of a refusal to want to face the truth about your relationship. And there's a holding on. I mean, this person is blocking their heart, literally blocking their heart. So fears, hurts, negative attitudes can gain strength if not addressed. Also, this can allude to arguments and kind of rehashing the same old issues over and over again. And just kind of things that we avoid keep surfacing until we address them. So if there has been a deep hurt or deep issue that has not been addressed, it will keep surfacing in your relationships until the issue is addressed. That's just how our spirit and our subconscious seeks to heal itself. You know, it's like the definition of insanity is doing the same thing again and again, but expecting a different result. So until we face and address this issue, it's just going to keep reaping its ugly head, keep coming up for us to face and to deal with it until we are ready to deal with it. With the cross swords, you know, some of you are preventing love from going out or even coming in this month. We do have a sword, so it could be dealing with an air sign, a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. For some of you, it could be kind of experiencing an emotionally cold and distant partner, and that is what is causing you to kind of feel conflicted about what you should do. However, when it is in the reverse, there is a possibility that you're hopeful that this month, that maybe a door will open up where there's a period of reconciliation, that communication will start improving with your partner, and this can lead to forgiveness and understanding. But as a whole, Scorpio, I do feel that some of you are kind of hanging on to old wounds or old issues and are feeling pretty guarded this month in regards to relationships. So this is general, so it's going to apply differently. And some of you might be dealing with someone that's either emotionally cold or blocked off. And there's also just a strong feeling of indecision and just not sure which way to go. So if you're in a relationship, if you're dating, and there's just a fear here. There's a fear to face the truth. There's a fear to face the facts. And there's a feeling of kind of being overwhelmed with it all. Some of you, though, based on the obstacle, we have the Tower. This is about illusions being broken. This is about things, the ego, pride being stripped away. And so, wow, in love, this is a pretty powerful month for some of you. Some of you are going to have your eyes opened to the situation this month. And as you can see, it's going to be intense. It's going to be powerful. You have these two figures sitting in the tower, and they're doing their thing. They're minding their own business. And then all of a sudden, you know, this can be quite shocking for some. You know, an act of God just allows this lightning bolt, this fire, this catastrophe, and these figures are thrown out of the tower. So this is almost a sudden, violent, destructive, catastrophic event that can really shake you from your foundations, can really shake you from everything that you believe to be true about this person or about this relationship. And as painful as the situation is, Scorpio, it's actually a cleansing process. This is actually a necessary event, because if this event did not happen, it maybe you would have not have changed. Maybe you would have not been able to see the truth, because as you can see, this figure does not want to take the blindfold off. They would rather just stay stuck, stay paralyzed, stay closed off. And for some of you, you know, the universe is not going to allow you to continue. Because maybe this relationship is not healthy for you. Maybe this path that you're on isn't helping you in your spiritual purpose or your goals or your life. And so this is the obstacle. There's the tower. You know, whatever you have built this far, Scorpio, is really going to be tested this month. So this could be a relationship. This could be a partner. This could be you. Just your own desires are going to be tested. This can also just represent maybe your fears. Maybe you're afraid that something's going to happen. And a lot of times our fears can just be an imagination. So it's not necessarily the truth, but you are definitely facing some inner stuff this month, Scorpio, in regards to love. Because, you know, the thing about the tower is that as challenging as it is, it's going to reveal, it's going to blast away anything that's false, anything that is not true, anything that is not solid. So if you have something or a relationship or even your own way of life, if it's a false sense of security, whatever's going to happen this month is going to expose things for what they really are. And it can feel aggressive. It can have, you know, an emotional outburst. You know, there may be a confrontation with a lover where you really have to get down to the nitty gritty. And it's like there's been stuff that's been building for a long time, and whatever has been suppressed is not going to be able to be contained any longer. You know, it's kind of like opening a can of worms and exposing people for what they really are. The truth is going to come out, whether this is about you or someone else. And anything that is false is going to be blasted away. Anything that's been built on misery or things that aren't healthy are going to be taken away, which is a good thing. As painful as that is, it's a cleansing process. It can be about, for some of you, a relationship, even a marriage could collapse. But if this is a situation, or you discover something shocking or scandalous about your partner, what this is showing you, Scorpio, is that it was probably not built on solid foundations in the first place. That this relationship was, quote unquote, I don't want to say doomed to failure, but that there was kind of a rotten layer of foundation, and the tower is going to blast that. It's going to reveal and show you what's really there. So the result, the realization, man, I gotta say, Scorpio, you have an intense energy going on in love this month. The Page of Wands is about news that is not favorable. I feel like some of you are not going to be getting the news that you want, because the page is obviously about news. So this could be somebody letting you know that the relationship's not going to proceed, or they're not going to be doing what you want them to do. This is about, you know, a partner that maybe is making excuses. Someone is procrastinating and just putting it off. It's about feeling like it's just not the right time for the relationship. And this is really about fear. It's about fear of the new. Some of you, because of this intense situation, I feel like you're doubting yourself. You're doubting where you're going. There might be a feeling of lack of confidence or self-esteem. And for others of you, you're going to realize that you're maybe not having as much fun in relationship as you want to. You're going to want to start getting out more. You're going to start feeling that what you've been doing has been predictable or boring. And, you know, you're just going to feel a need to spice things up and make things more exciting. The other thing the Page of Wands can suggest is that, Scorpio, you honestly just do not even know what you need to do. And I do feel a lot of indecision. So I feel that you want something or someone, you want it to go somewhere, but your mind can't settle on exactly what that looks like. I also feel that some of you are feeling frustrated and irritable, and you feel like life is passing you by. Some of you might be worrying that you're not getting any younger, or that, you know, things don't change, you know, kind of a feeling of pessimism. And you just, you're panicking a little bit, but there's just a sense of scattered energy and almost like feeling like you're just running around in circles trying to burn up all this extra energy, but not knowing where to channel it, Scorpio. So I do feel this month has really kind of tested your energies. For some of you, if you are dealing with a fire sign, so an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, this can show that this partner that you have been kind of hoping about or hoping for has been unreliable. So this, you know, because this is general, so we're applying to different people here, but there might be someone, this person that you've been dealing with. I mean, there's a ton of energy going on here, Scorpio. So maybe there was a lot of excitement, but this person is not giving enough attention to your emotional needs. And you know, they're there when it's exciting, but then they get bored easily. And then they kind of drift in and out of your life on a regular basis as soon as they get bored. And I feel like that's going to really have an effect on you, Scorpio. This person might be kind of a charmer, and they're going to promise you the world, but just to get you in bed or to have a good time. But by the time you wake in the morning, then they're just indifferent. So some of you might kind of be dealing with this personality where it's like, this person is so exciting and I really enjoy this, but when it comes to my deeper emotional needs, they're not meeting the mark. They're not fulfilling me. This person, if it is a person for some of you, they have the tendency to wander. They're not loyal. They are scattered fire. And if you really want this person, the only way to keep this type of person is to ignore them and to react to nothing they say or do. That's tough, you know, because, you know, Scorpio, I feel like, you know, things aren't right here. And, you know, if this person isn't showing like they care about you, that's going to hurt you. Okay. But honestly, if this is the person that you're dealing with, it's best to just turn them loose and move on. You never know. This page can grow up and mature, but I feel like this person's really giving you a run for your money for some of you, and you just feel torn. But I don't feel like you're fully happy, and I don't feel like you're wanting to see the truth for what it is. But what I feel like is that the universe isn't going to allow this to continue if it's not good for you, Scorpio, because you are loved and you are cherished and you are meant to be happy. So because this is general, you know, it's not going to apply to everyone, but I really hope this has helped. If it has, I would so appreciate for you to like and subscribe to this channel.